I do know where I'm at. I do know it's dangerous. I do know that it's not that simple. If you're a country that don't have that many allies and everything, it's very difficult for you to have immigrant justice. Those are deep wounds, very hard to heal. The immigrants that are coming, they're fleeing for their lives, problems with organized crime, kidnapped families, they have killed family members. We have received unaccompanied minors that have been raped by organized crime and then pregnant. And then in our shelter have the baby of a rapist.
Después de que yo iba a entrar a la casa de mi hermana, estaba una camioneta negra y me subió arriba, me durmieron y tres hombres llevaban pistola, me llevaron a un cuarto muy oscuro y abusaron sexualmente de mí y me golpeaban.
Those are deep wounds, very hard to heal. Sometimes the coyotes are working together with organized crime and they end up with sex trafficking, and after sex trafficking, some do, they put on forced labor and cultivation for drugs, for the cartels, drug cartels. The other thing is that when organized crime enter into a small village, there's one organized crime there, one cartel, and then a different cartel comes, takes over. The brand new cartel that takes over, they want to enlist kids from 13 years up. And what they said, you have to be part of us, because the other cartel that we kicked out of here, they're your friends, your buddies, you know them, and you might call them by phone and tell them where we're at. So now you're going to be part of us. And if they don't want to be part of them, they have to pay a whole bunch of money, family members, for protection for their children. And if they don't pay up money for protection, they kidnap family members, or they killed somebody from the family, or they tell them, you know what, you just have 3 days to get out of this little village. You get out. And so the majority of the single moms, they're just fleeing for the protection of their child, because organized crime and the cartel wants to enlist them. So their lives gets in trouble, in danger. Those are immigrants that are at our shelter. Their permit to be here in Mexico has expired, so they need to renew their permit so they can continue legally here in Mexico. And some other families, they're gonna go. The ones that have their appointment, they have to go down over here so that they can give them some instructions about what's going to happen.
Right now, we have over 2,000 people, including kids. It's growing by the day. And actually, this is very extraordinary, because actually all these immigrants, all they want to do is stay on the back of the line. Everything that all the politicians and everyone been just saying for so long, get on the back of the line and just wait and do things orderly. Well, everyone's here just camping.
I'm a pastor. We're Christians, born again Christians, and Christ has taught us, that we need to love our neighbor. And, if somebody's hungry, you need to give them to eat. If somebody's thirsty, you need to give them something to drink. If someone's a stranger, you should receive them. Receive them in your house. You should visit the sick and help hurting people. Be with hurting people. And basically that's what we do. I don't have nothing against no one from the organized crime. I have nothing against no government or am planning anything against anyone. I'm just focusing on helping people, helping the immigrants, and just serving. Basically, that's my main focus. So I have peace in mind. Even though I use common sense, that's why I don't stay in one single place. 4 times, armed men has entered our shelter. I have here immigrants that are pressing charges against organized crime that has relationship and contact with companies that do the money laundering, and then they file charges. And then all of a sudden, these immigrants that have filed charges against organized crime, filed criminal charges here, they send it down to their state, and then the police themselves gives this to organized crime. And then they start calling up the immigrants in our place and saying, I know that you're in that shelter, and we're gonna go after you. And they have like a hit on them.
¿Unos policías?
Sí.
¿Y qué pasó?
Tiraron balazos.
She said, I told him, what happened? She said, a lot of police officers. Why? What happened? Oh, a lot of gunshots. A lot of gunshots. And everything. I said, were you scared? Yeah. And he's so small and he don't forget. He don't forget at that age.
Aquí estamos en la Agape.
Está la balacera ahorita, aquí al lado del Agape, en la colonia Nueva Aurora. Ahí están las detonaciones de armas de fuego.
That's the bullet.
Lo tiene entre las tres. Tiene un nylon, tiene esta tela y lo tiene esta, la misma perforación.
He said the other one on the bottom has it also, and then the other one also. It went through all 3.
No sabemos si fue.
So we take in all these immigrants that are coming broken-hearted, looking for hope, protection, security for their family, and we help them here with the process. We deal the problems that they're going through emotionally. So we get some psychiatrists. The psychiatrists look at the trauma, the situation, how they find themselves. And then we also get here like medical doctors come, different non-profit organizations and doctors come. And then we have attorneys that we coordinate with, that they do pro bono and help them get all the entire package. We also coordinate with human rights organizations when their rights are being violated. So everything takes quite a time and everything, maybe 8 months, a year. That they have to stay here. The majority of what you call shelters, well, you could only be there 3-4 days or maybe 1 month. The most is 3 months. So we saw that there was a great need to have a shelter that they could do their entire process. It doesn't matter if it's 1 year or 2 years that they have to wait. I believe at least we have had 800 to 1,000 complaints with human rights with immigrants.
Los migrantes que habitan el albergue Agape encabezaron una manifestación al exterior de la Secretaría de Seguridad y Protección Ciudadana de Tijuana. Exigen vigilancia y respuesta pronta a las llamadas de emergencia.
Porque pues salimos baleados, ya van como 6 veces, impactos de bala ha caído adentro de nuestra albergue.
I'm recognized here with the Mexican federal government as a human rights activist, and they have even gave me like a panic button that I could communicate directly. But since it hasn't functioned very well, there's been other journalists that's had the button and they have even gotten killed. First of all, I don't know nobody from the organized crime. These are just testimonies and things that the immigrants are saying, this is what I'm going through. They trust us very much. These are their stories. Their kids come all crying and scared and frightened, having problems sleeping at night.
We have some families that are going to cross tomorrow legally into the United States. So I'm going to just sign some documents stating that they were here. They waited on the entire process to enter into the United States. And all this time they were here, just waiting and doing all the paperwork, and now they're called. And during that time, they were being with us. Some immigrants got shot while being inside our shelter, and they being here, we've been shot at, and we got some bullets that hit our building. So basically, it's just saying that while they were in the process of waiting, they were in danger even in our shelter. Threaten, robbery, ¿de qué más?
Intento de secuestro,
They tried to kidnap,
acoso sexual,
sexual abuse.
despojo de propiedad.
They took their property away from them and the cartel.
Una carpeta de secuestros.
This is for kidnapping, just files of people that have been kidnapped.
Esos son los también para los de la desaparición.
This is disappearing people that they want to send DNA samples if you find the body.
Y todas estas.
We're going to Tijuana City Dump. That's very close to Tecate. Just going down the hill of the city dump, there's a little village. It's very sad the way they're living. It's very sad. Once a month, come over here and at least bring them something to eat. And the people there, since they know us and everything, right away they get happy to see us. And we call this the little village at the city dump. The city dump is actually up there where you have about 600, 700 people working, looking for anything to recycle. This is the rock church that a lot of these people, they come here and people that work at the dump.
Oh.
Aquí ya estamos entregando a lo que viene a ser la familia de Eric. Ya para el día de hoy cruzan, pues aquí ya vamos. Ya se va a entregar.
So those are things that immigrants go through on the process just to try to reach the American dream. Those are deep wounds, very hard to heal. We receive the immigrants that are coming, they're fleeing for their lives.